What's up, y'all? I'm Sabrae.
I'm Yatta.
I'm Sean.
And this is
No Disclaimers Podcast.
Damn, Sean, you loud.
Because I wanted to make sure these motherfuckers heard me this week.
Be sure to follow us on all social media platforms so you can stay connected with us and we can update you on whatever it is we're going on and just to stay connected, you know?
Yeah.
Stay
connected like Wi-Fi.
Right.
Corny.
That's
All
not
right.
corny.
whole
That was a
pod.
bar, low-key.
That was
Yeah.
the whole carb. Okay, you know what? Now we know not to.
But you can't. But
Sabrae proofread our raps.
you can't reply with my corniness with another corny, shot. The whole cob.
It was.
Okay.
Was like, that's how corny.
Gotcha.
It was.
Honestly, the
entire
cob thing was clever to me.
It was the entire cob. It wasn't even like.
Sabrae's easily impressed.
It wasn't even a joke though. That joke was like that much corn. It wasn't even just one kernel. It was like a lot of corn.
Gotcha. You're continuing the corny string.
To let
You're on
you
a
know
marathon
how
of it.
corny that was. If
Okay.
you could just never.
Okay, y'all. Okay. Y'all got to go outside.
I mean, the gloves is in the trunk. It's nothing.
I'm not going to because
I'm not going to hit
First
him.
of all, yeah, I'm not.
I would never put my hands
We're,
on women.
we're not that DV shit. I'm not even going to play like that.
That
So Yatta
DV
would
shit.
win because I'm gonna let her win.
That DV. Oh, see
gonna
how he
let
tried to
her
backhand?
win.
Oh, okay. Let the bro, boy.
No, but on a serious note, guys, last week, for all the viewers, I just want to let you guys know that we respect you, so we didn't want to just do no Aunt Viv shit or whatever. So I'm sure you noticed last week that we're
down a character.
We're down a character, and then there were three. You
And then
know,
there were three.
So yes, Jamil's no longer on the show. Shout out to him. Appreciate the episodes that he was here for.
Most definitely.
And yeah.
Best wishes.
Okay, so first segment of the day, we're gonna go to what we now know as the Real Nigga Report by Sean.
Realest nigga alive.
I mean, don't size me. Size him up. Size him up. Y'all remember Black Indian? I know. You know.
I definitely don't
Wow.
remember because I was definitely swimming in the sack at that time.
Probably so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Swimming
I
in the
was.
sack.
Size him up.
What size? Shout out to you for being, that dominant one that, run the way. All of us,
I know.
We
beat
won
out-
the race.
Yeah.
Shout out to us.
Yes. All right, Sean, let everybody know the Real Nigga Report in the segment and what you'll basically be doing with the segment, and then go ahead and introduce whatever your topic is.
Okay, so the R&R, Real Nigga Report, y'all, the acronym. So anyway, with the Real Nigga Report, I'm going to be just reporting on a weekly basis niggas doing real nigga shit.
Okay.
And when I mean, we definitely have to we have to do more as, males. You gotta take care of your kids. You gotta protect our black queens. You just gotta respect yourself so other people respect you. So I know in the news. It's a lot of, especially you get men talk. We get a lot of news about men killing, people, men hitting women, just doing fucked up shit. And I feel like it's not always enough positivity shit on,
For sure.
Like 21 Savage, he's doing a lot.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you don't even hear him in the news anymore. When he was talking about guns,
Right.
Dracos, it's all,
Making
you
bitches
hear
singing
everything,
Plan
yeah.
Bs and stuff.
But he's doing a lot for the black community, and that's not broadcasted. So what my segment will be just, broadcasting, a positive
like
light
that
on the
real
people.
I
nigga
really
shit,
fuck
man.
with that.
Yeah.
Yes, this is put some
Yeah.
highlights on these real niggas.
Yeah.
And that's crazy because, and that just goes to show that he's not even, 21 Savage, for example, is not even doing it for,
it's
accolades.
just, yeah.
Because if you're not really hearing about it, they're not really, having to put it out to the masses for it to get done. So
Yeah.
I respect
So
that, too.
a part of the first segment, we need people to stand up and come out. Of course, we're definitely going to talk about the young lady, so sad, who passed away.
Mm-hmm.
If you know something, you need to come forward. It's hard for me to believe that 4 of those silly coward motherfuckers did not tell anybody anything. They're stupid. They're idiots. It was a reckless act, and it resulted in somebody losing their daughter, their sister, their friend. We just, yeah.
And you're speaking of the incident that happened in D.C., just for people who don't.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah. We really got to stop this shit. This is madness. This is not something new. I know. Just being from this area, a lot of people on social media I know knew the girl's father, the mother, but you need to come forward. Honestly, the motherfuckers who did it, you need to come forward. If you were man enough to take someone's life, even if it's not the life that you were supposed to take, if you killed that girl, imagine if that girl was your daughter, your niece. You need to come the fuck forward immediately.
Yeah.
If you that gangster, turn yourself in. Do your fucking time, okay?
Yes.
So, I mean, that's pretty much all I have to say about, that segment.
Thank you for that, Sean. Also, I wanted to just quickly bring up the fact that there are several, young women lately who've been shot in the DMV area.
Absolutely.
And you're speaking of 10-year-old Makiya Wilson. I just wanted to put their names out there. And then a 7-year-old Taylor Hayes from Baltimore. She was in the backseat of a car. Who was hit by, I don't think she was targeted, but same type of situation. And this was all within a couple of weeks. And I'm outraged at the fact that these children are dying over unnecessary violence, and I'm sure that it's not just happening here.
Right.
I know that it's not just happening to little girls, but these two incidents is because they were so young and because they were so innocent, it just highlights
and
this.
back to back too.
And back to right. And it just highlights this was what's happening right now. And then I heard something that's just not covered. I was looking for the story today, but it's really not haven't been covered in the media, mainstream media, of these women who were assaulted and then slit at the throats, these young women that were in Maryland. I have to look more into that story, but it hasn't been enough information released.
Right.
But yeah, things like this are happening, and we really do have to figure out a way to replace the system of white supremacy with a system of justice. Seriously, because our children will suffer for it.
Honestly.
But
this is in our community.
Well, our community suffers directly from white supremacy, and crime is bred from a lack of opportunity, and poverty, social economic injustice, and there's no. I heard D.L. Hughley say this earlier this week. There's no safe poor neighborhoods. So as long as they're systematic white supremacy that keeps certain groups poor and disenfranchised, there will always be crime.
Oh, absolutely, because that desperation will set in.
There'll always be crime, but where's the correlation in four bitch ass niggas?
Oh, no, for sure, 100%. They need to turn themselves
in general.
Okay.
No, those guys for sure. They I feel like they will get caught. This is not.
Right? Didn't they find the car? They found the car was a stolen car.
They'll be found.
Something's going to get found because that was just completely idiotic. The fact that you could watch a video like that and see these fucking dumbasses hop out of a car. Right. And just start spraying. And that little girl, to find out she was going outside to go to the ice cream truck. You know what I'm saying? And her older sister got hit too, but she didn't pass away. But it's disgusting. Yeah. It's absolutely disgusting.
Parents should not be burying, their kids.
Yes.
Right. Especially not a 10-year-old child at that. Come on, man. This is ridiculous. But they wouldn't have that same energy to let that happen to one of their sisters or children or something like that. You ready to walk the dogs, but you could go out there and do something like that to somebody else's family.
And while we do live in a system of white supremacy, we do have to take responsibility for realizing that we're in that system and to strategize in order to overcome that system. We don't just have to just wallow in it and then, just fall for every trap they set up for us.
And start putting more value on human life, period.
Yeah, it's coming back. I don't think people realize that, when I pull this trigger back, it's no coming back from that.
Right, this is permanent. There's no reversing it, and it's always something so trivial that results in something like this. It'll be something that's so stupid, so mindless, and it's pride. It's pride, and it's your ego that puts you in a position where you go. This is where you feel like you have to retaliate.
The black male ego is very frail.
Very much so.
It's very frail. When, just think when I used to beef with dudes, I'm like, we beefing over a girl? We beefing over $50? To take someone's life?
It's always crazy. The principle.
Well, if you're constantly taught that because of your skin tone, you're inferior, or because of where you live at, you're inferior, because of the fact that you're black, you're not going to think very highly of yourself unless you know your history, unless you've been taught about yourself beyond just what society tells you.
And then you're going to project that same low level of thinking towards other black people, too.
Yeah. So what do you think about the coons out here? There's like some people are saying things like there's no protest for these kids being shot, but if it was done by a police officer, then it would be. What do you guys think about that?
What would the protest solve? Realistically, what are we protesting? That's the difference is between some fuck ass 4 retarded ass bitch ass niggas decided to do a bitch ass maneuver and an entity, a public safety agency whose job is to protect you. And you know, when you're on the receiving end of aggression from that because of your skin tone, that's a totally different. This is apples and oranges. This is not even the same. Like, we have the right to demand a certain level or standard of service from law enforcement, period. We can hold you to a higher standard than we hold your everyday civilians. This is what you're trained to do. This is what you're paid to do. Versus me holding some random dusty-ass nigga on the street to what standard? Like, what would we be protesting? Like, we have to stop throwing that shit out there just because it sounds good. Like, it all sounds good, but it's like, put some thought behind it. What would the protest do? What would it be focused towards? Who are we combating? Like,
but
each other?
You wanted to make a point real quick?
I definitely agree, but it's like I'm conflicted at times. Because, like, to hold them to a higher standard, some of these white police officers, they don't even live in this area. They come from West Virginia, Pennsylvania. They don't care about us. So when you shooting at someone that's in your own community or your neighborhood, like, and you have, like, no regards for them, like, why not hold them to a higher standard?
Because they
just your own people.
But and that's true to a certain degree, but you don't know what's going on with these people mentally. I feel like when you decide to step out on that platform and you take an oath and you put a uniform on and your job is to protect and serve, that's your job. You shouldn't be. My thing is it's hard to understand that, considering that you can apprehend an armed white person who wilding out, who might have bucked some shots off and some more shit alive, but you're killing unarmed black people. There's a disparity between the two, and it's like, I'm not understanding how you don't fear for your safety when someone white is committing the crime. It is
a difference. I agree with you once again, but when people are saying that it is a difference, what are we doing, like individuals? What are we doing to change that, or do you think that we can't change it?
So first, for me, I feel like the two shouldn't be compared. You know, like, you can't solve one problem. Well, you can't solve two different issues like the same way. Like, the police issue is totally different from regular violence. Regular violence will happen regardless, but the policing is totally different. For people to compare, it's just another way to justify some shit that don't make no sense. They'll sprinkle in a little bit of truth. A lot of coons and white supremacists will sprinkle in a little bit of truth with a little bit of bullshit and then try to justify their ignorance. Because honestly, one has nothing to do with the other. But when it comes to, like, what you're saying about the accountability, I do agree that there's accountability on our end 100%, but that's just the tactic of a white supremacist or a coon.
It's like
to try
the whole
to deflect.
logic of black on black crime. That phrase in and of itself is absolutely ridiculous. And I see more black people saying it than anybody else. And
they've been conditioned.
Super disgusting to me, because I'm like, the logic doesn't make any sense. It's like every time something like this happens, or not like this, because like I said, this is individual accountability. I can't find in history one racially motivated black on black murder. So this isn't an issue of race. This is an issue of proximity. This is an issue of somebody willing to end somebody's life over something stupid. Now, valuing human life, yeah, that's an issue. But this in and of itself, like, these circumstances where this type of stuff comes around, and you always hear people say that doesn't help the issue at all. Like, it's another deflecting situation. It's another way to, you know what I'm saying, to always, like, we've really been conditioned to fault ourselves no matter what. Now, in this situation, that's different. That's them niggas' fault. But, like, in a police killing situation, like, you stop trying to justify us for our own murders. Like, that's ridiculous. But I saw somebody comment on this situation and say that. All I see is another black on black crime, and I'm just like.
And they sound like somebody that's on these websites like Breitbart, these white supremacist platforms like CNN and ABC and all of these. They sound like they're regurgitating those things. That's why it's important for us to control our media, because we won't spew toxic propaganda, like using terms like black on black crime. I don't even think we've ever used the term black on black crime unless we were talking about the fact that there's propaganda and racially driven like things out there, terms out there to demonize us more than everybody else.
I've never heard white on white crime,
right? Hispanic
Latino,
on Hispanic crime or nothing, and all races kill their own. So why do we have to be the asses that allow that to be imposed on us and really run and spout this same, you know what I'm saying? Basically, disseminate this same bullshit ass logic. Like,
well, for people out there that may be new to the show, they use those terms to make us seem more evil than everyone else, to justify when we get killed unarmed or unjustly, that it is justified.
They kill each other. They kill themselves.
Because they're monsters anyway. And that is what that's used for. That's why it's so important that we do not use those terms on ourselves.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like I said, you know, you got to be mindful and be careful of these coons and white supremacists and how they choose to use these words to deflect, because they use these terms like this, like the whole, oh, don't they, you know, they don't protest for that. Like, first of all, people are outraged, but come on now, like, protesting doesn't work anyway.
A protest has to have some sort of logic behind it, though. There'd have to be some sort of system that you're combating in order to protest. We can't just protest for random niggas on the street. Like,
protesting does work. It depends.
It doesn't. Protesting hasn't worked for us since the 60s. So we got to switch our style up.
It depends on who's protesting. If people with power and influence, if white people protest about certain issues, yeah, it works then.
But see, that's the thing.
Right, so we have to speak in reference to ourselves.
White people also, they don't just protest. They follow up with putting their money up, or contacting their politicians.
Drawing their money from shit.
Exactly. Yeah. They follow up. So that's why their protesting is just for the show of it. Like, hey, these are our things that we have an issue with. But then they're backing it up with things behind the scenes. Our mistake is we stop there. You know, then you go to these protests. A lot of people there, you know, they see black people like twerking, doing raps, and all of this other wild shit. I'm serious.
No, seriously though. Somebody will fuck the money up though. Like, there's no shade, but it's like, this isn't a block party. Like,
see, we don't know how to be on code behind the scenes. We're just learning that now. So protesting hasn't worked, because when they were doing the protests in the 60s, they were also doing a Montgomery boycott.
And that's why one of the protests I was referring to. So what's the difference between them and now? Because they were educating themselves. Are we not educated? I mean, if it was working then, why can't we do it now? Because
so many black people now, unfortunately, are married to the system of white supremacy. They depend on it. They rely on it. And they know that on their jobs, they can't be too vocal, or they're too comfortable. They're too comfortable in the system, right? So that's why it's not as effective.
They're not willing to rock the boat because they don't want to. People aren't willing to make the sacrifices necessary. They're like, I'm not going to disrupt my own comfort.
We were in more trying times back then than we are now. And those people were willing, to make the sacrifices. You know why?
Because they feeling like we already uncomfortable. So they weren't so comfortable that they could disrupt their comfort. Nowadays, people are so comfortable in their lifestyle. They like, oh yeah, the system then threw me a crumb here and a crumb there. Like, I ain't gonna rock the boat. I don't want to mess up my money.
Do you think a lot of black people who I guess they're like the more wealthy black people, they're not willing to, protest or because they don't.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Like the house Negro syndrome. A lot of house Negroes, they like, whoa, like, what y'all doing? Like, we good up in the house. Like, we get good. We easy to sleep on nice, comfortable beds. We get to eat the butter biscuits. Like y'all niggas outside, y'all just mad because y'all outside.
Right.
So it's that type of thing too. And then they throw little deflectors out there too, to be like, other groups to put us in other than black. So instead of being like, okay, let's fight for black stuff, they're like, oh, but look at what we did for the gays. Or look at what we did for this specific group, or whatever. So it makes some people that's not aware to be like, oh, well, they are doing a little something.
And then it's hard for people to care when they're not impacted by it.
Oh yeah, that's
when you up in your house in the hills and you chilling and you don't deal with that on a day-to-day basis. You don't understand what it's like for the people that are down in the trenches. Like, for you, it's hard for you to even. You know what I'm saying? Muscle up the courage to step out there on that platform, because you're like, well, I'm gonna jeopardize myself. Shit, I don't. Like, when you got like somebody like Wayne saying that, the comments he made about racism. It's like, like,
some wild shit.
It really was though, because I'm like, Slim, you forgot where you came from, like. But sometimes people get to a certain level where they do forget where they come from.
Yeah.
Man, why didn't we go at him hard like we went at Ye?
I did.
No, we did. We mentioned that at some point.
No, I honestly was like, It's the drugs. It's the Molly.
I mean, it kind of is though. But like,
I totally did not let him off the hook because my thing about it, and Young Thug too. He said something that was ignorant.
Yeah,
or like
they just be
it.
so oblivious. Like, but it's like, come on, man. Like, if you're not going, if you're not going to support the cause, I'd rather you just shut the fuck up. Right. To be honest, just
you always have
nothing.
the option to
just
shut
say, hey, look,
up.
this is out of my scope of knowledge. I just don't even want to get into that. No comment. There you go. No comment.
Right, and we need to learn how to check those people. Like, if you're in the Black community and you're getting wealth and you're getting a voice, if you're not for us, you low-key against us, so don't expect us to support you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We have to get strict like that.
Yeah, if you don't condemn it, you condone it. That's how I look at it. So it's like, come on, man. Church.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a little extra mozzarella in there.
Yes, Parmesan on the top.
Speaking of, I think it's a little time right now for Yatta with
Yatta.
I
got the Yatta.
Yes, she got some current event news for us to talk about.
Real briefly though, I ain't got too much for y'all today. But first of all, shout out to Pusha T in Virginia. They got married. The wedding was really cute. He had Pharrell as a best man, and he put them struggle braids in a ponytail.
First of all,
he slicked them things to the back, baby.
Pusha was looking good, and so was his wife.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He pushed them joints in the ponytail. It was good. He didn't give struggle braids. He looked nice.
Shout out to all the men with money, with black-looking black wives.
Yes, queen.
Black-looking black wives.
Yeah, not the racially ambiguous joints they normally go for. No shade, but I mean, hey.
That is shade. When you say no shade, you're definitely
okay. Well, no shade, but shade. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to them.
Virginia was looking bomb. She was saying it was a really beautiful wedding. It looked really good. You guys, shout out to Black Love.
Yeah, shout out to the DMV.
Speaking of shout out, my man Offset. What the fuck, Offset? Like, seriously, though. So this man, Offset, got pulled over for an improper lane change and somehow resulted in, 3 firearms and, 107 racks.
What the fuck is an improper lane? They
when
pull
you
you over
switch
for
lanes
anything.
without signaling.
I never put my signal on.
Yeah, that's what that is.
I don't want you to know what I'm doing.
Yeah, and that sounds,
people like
awful, but when you do that in front of police, yeah. So, I mean, and then they found 3 firearms and some marijuana and 107 grand, which for
when it's personal in a vehicle.
I'm assuming in the vehicle. What? However, this is my thing. Now the question was how does the improper lane change turn into a search? But my assumption would be they probably saw or smelled the weed.
And I was gonna say that I don't know how it is in Atlanta, but I know.
Yeah, that's just it is. If a police officer sees anything illegal or smell it, it gives them grounds to search the vehicle.
Man, police will find any grounds.
but because they found marijuana and it is Offset, I'm not surprised. At the end of the day, that's probably what led them to do the search.
It was probably danked out.
Yeah, it was probably danked the fuck out, and it was and you weren't expecting to get pulled over. You didn't have time to freshen it up. We get it. Yeah. That's probably what got you searched. But I mean, he got a bomb ass lawyer. He's out on $17,000 bond.
You young, you rich. Why are you carrying guns? You're not gonna be shooting nobody.
Right?
Why is firearms in the vehicle?
Right, yeah, but then it's
if I'm rich, I'm not driving, so I won't get no DWI or DUI. I'm not carrying no guns. Like you said, I'm hiring security. Why? We be putting ourselves in these
because
situations.
They be still trying to hold on to that real nigga card. It doesn't get revoked just because we understand when we get to a certain level of money making and status and stuff like that.
I never thought he was a real nigga.
But I'm just saying, we get it. These niggas was in the street. Offset especially because that nigga stayed in jail. But either way, we get it. You want to hold on to your street card. We understand, but the community will understand when you hire security because you're at a whole nother level now.
50 was walking around with police.
You have more to lose now. So it's just but he got charged with 2 felonies and 2 misdemeanors.
Well, I don't know what the law is as far as the carrying law in Atlanta or whatever, but I'm pretty sure you could do some type of concealed carry. Why not?
He's a felon. He can't do anything.
Oh, okay.
The felonies for him was possession of a firearm as a felon and possession of a firearm in the commission of a crime.
Yeah, and he got assault rifles. He ain't got no pistol.
Well, then I'm just hire arms. Okay, no, but you never know what his situation is, and I'm Captain Save-A-Ho, so I always
see.
give people
You threw your fucking cape on immediately.
Yes.
Flew down from Cape Town to save that man.
Yes, because you just don't know. You don't know the whole situation.
You didn't know if he was about to go to war like Iraq.
No.
That's
or
why
you don't know if
he
forgot, if somebody else that was licensed to carry was riding the car before him, and then he just got in the car real quick to go to the 7-Eleven.
I feel like you are reaching to the heavens.
Reaching like shit.
There's the heavens, and Sabrae is like...
Because you don't know.
I feel like this nigga had 3 whammies on him and he got caught.
But what was he riding around to do? Like, seriously. Like,
I don't know. He was...
So, that's the thing. Like, he might not have known.
He's offset.
Yeah, he was going to paintball.
He wasn't about to go do a drive-by. Like, let's be clear.
But I'm just saying,
they just had a baby.
You don't think he noticed the 10 choppers in the back seat?
Right.
Oh, let me put my luggage. Oh, let me move this Draco.
Do you know how many black celebrities get death threats online?
Yeah, Offset ain't get no fucking death threats.
I'm just saying.
The only people he getting death threats from is Cardi B fans who mad that he cheated. We're gonna kill you, Offset. Shut up, bitch. Like, yeah. But yeah, you know, you got a good lawyer. Let's hope he works that mojo.
Quavo and Takeoff, they probably getting the same death threats. Takeoff never in the news for no.
That's because
for anything, to be honest,
nobody
his
knows
birthday.
what he looks like unless he's standing next to.
He the best
Offset.
rapper out of all of them.
No bullshit.
But that doesn't mean everybody is. He's
Man,
not the
you
most.
don't stop playing with Takeoff.
I fuck with him. I fuck with all of them.
You don't know what Takeoff looks like?
I do.
Oh.
Yeah, I do.
He's the youngest one with the oldest voice.
He
does have an
all
older
of them.
voice than all of them.
They all got the thing. But go ahead. Yeah.
Last, speaking of marriages, though, on the same token as Pusha T, Stevie J and Faith Evans got married, and social media is in a frenzy, and I just think it's so hilarious. They like, oh, Faith, wow, this shit, man, all the niggas in the world. I'm like, sweetie.
I saw you. I was going.
Big been dead for 21 years, my nigga. First of all. Second of all, they weren't even together when he died. Like, no, the thing that kills me is y'all niggas will smash your man's girl or your girl's friends, and she ain't even dead yet. This nigga's been dead for 21 years. If y'all don't let that girl get her some dick.
Was the Biggie, the fact that she was Biggie's wife at one point, was that even a factor in all of this?
Yeah, because I guess they were cool. He's the boy's godfather. He's CJ's godfather. And, I mean, nigga, you said it yourself. Because my godson just became my real son.
Yeah. Nah, that was a Jadakiss line.
I know. I said it too. No, seriously though, I just look at it like, I mean, honestly, no one is alive to care. Who cares?
I think the biggest flag on the play is the fact that it's Stevie J. Like,
I mean, have you seen
his
seen his mule?
It does.
Girl, get you some.
Apparently,
when he said he had a bus.
But I thought he was bi.
I don't know about that. I didn't hear
that.
That's the
thing.
Either way, when he said he had a bus, he wasn't lying. It's a fucking double-decker extendo bus. I've seen the pictures. Faith, girl,
I have no commentary on this topic.
I mean, he practically done raised the boy now anyway. He might as well be daddy.
It's something. First of all, you know, they're going, because they're celebs, so everything is going to be highlighted. It's Biggie. He's arguably the greatest, top 3, you know, it depends on your ranking. But like, nah, I don't care how long my boy is dead. His wife is off limits.
Well,
we're not talking about a junk that you was fucking and then like my man
they weren't even married long enough to heat up sweet potatoes in the microwave. So, bro, you know how long it takes to heat up cold sweet potatoes?
But were they married though?
Barely.
No,
they got married 3 weeks into
ain't.
knowing each other.
20 years, that's somebody's whole lifetime away.
They were married 3 weeks into knowing each other, and his son couldn't even wipe his own ass when they split up.
If I'm loyal to my man and while he's living, I'm loyal to him in death.
Look at it like this. But look at it.
So you would
look at it like this.
Hold on. So you would, if your friend had a husband, right, and then she died, and then you guys like later like
21 years later, who the fuck would care? But I honestly,
would you marry him? Would you marry your friend's deceased?
If it was Chris, yes.
It depends on who the circumstances. Like if Chris was the friend husband and then the bitch died and 21 years later, that's what you want to marry. My thing is this.
No. She's saying, would you marry Chris?
No, I did not say that.
No. Chris was the husband whose wife died and she was a friend with the wife, and then 21 years later, if it was Chris, she's gonna marry him.
No. So you didn't hear mine. Okay, Sabrae dies tomorrow, right?
First of all, universe, hold the fuck up.
You out of pocket.
No,
first of all, don't put that in the atmosphere.
Gotcha. I don't believe on that. So Sabrae dies tomorrow.
No, don't say that.
You know what? I've had enough. This is my stance.
I'm gonna live till I'm 90 98. I already decided.
I know you are.
I already decided.
So it doesn't matter what I say. You're probably going to live to be 102. No, you will.
98.
Okay. Hypothetically.
101.
Sabrae get hit by a bus tomorrow.
Oh,
Hypothetically.
God, no.
Okay, you know what? That's enough.
Can we say someone else? First of all, I will live healthy
This
till
is how
98.
I just feel like realistically, especially, it's not even just the circumstance, but it's also all the dynamics that come with it. You got to think. CJ was born, like his father, he died like 6 months after his son was born, and they weren't even together anymore. So think about it.
Okay.
They split. You got married in 3 weeks, then she's knocked up, and y'all split. Your kid, like, was he CJ even born?
Have you seen the
CJ
show?
wasn't even
What's the name of
born.
the show?
So
This Is Us. Have you seen This Is Us?
No, but I keep hearing about it. I mean, I keep meaning to watch it.
For all the people who've seen This Is Us,
I keep meaning to watch it.
You know what I'm talking about. I don't think it's anything. 21 years is a lifetime away.
I don't think it makes
so if it was 5 years,
That's.
I just don't think it makes anybody
What's the
a snake.
difference? If
That
he's still
nigga
marrying him.
he didn't even want the bitch.
Okay. He didn't want her because she was fucking Tupac.
No, he was fucking white bitches.
Who he fucked?
I would have let.
Big was in the. Oh, okay.
First of all, I would have let.
you can't name
I would have
those.
let Pac smash. If I wasn't in a relationship, I would let Pac hit too.
Honestly,
Y'all,
Pac deserved to be. Pac deserved to be.
If Pac was in his prime, if we were old enough as Pac was in his prime, and y'all had dudes, y'all would still let Pac smash.
Pac deserved to be because Big was fucking scum. Point blank. Period. He was scum. As a husband, he was fucking scum. Let's call it what it is.
Scum? You just said they were barely married.
But he was out here fucking joints. Exactly.
Oh, why they were married?
Yes.
For the 3 weeks?
Yes.
Okay, y'all.
All 3 weeks. All in the hotel. Kim, nigga, for one.
Nah, he fucked her before they was married.
Wow. Okay.
Oh God.
Okay, honey.
Okay,
so stink.
We will agree to disagree on that because you clearly.
There's too many women. Stevie J, and the only reason Stevie J. First of all, I agree with you. Like, why the fuck would she want to marry him?
But what if that was his soulmate?
That nigga done had 50 soulmates.
What if that was his soulmate though? What if that's the soulmate?
You think Stevie J gay?
Let's just wait and cut the mic off.
No, there's no such thing as bisexual.
Yeah, you're gay or you're. Once you take dick or give dick to man butt and you like it, you're gay. I'm sorry.
Okay, well that's what y'all said, not me. Yeah. It's like no, that's just the word on the street in Atlanta. And by the way, I saw this interesting video with Wesley, Minister, student Wesley Muhammad. They have this title thing in the Nation of Islam that I just don't want to disrespect anybody. But he was basically talking about this chemical that's in the water, literally in the water in Atlanta. That I'm not lying. I'm not lying. That neutralizes the testosterone in men.
Oh my God!
I'm not. Honestly, seriously, look it up though. It's not no like
so
crock of shit.
You could just go take a gay bath.
Yeah, gay juice.
Like you just get out the tub, gay and shit.
I don't want no alkaline. Give me the gay water. Okay.
Wait, he was like,
I don't want no alkaline.
Your gay accent was hilarious,
flawlessly executed.
Oh my God!
Thank you.
Okay, I have to chill because I'm drinking wine and I'm hot now. Way too much. I'm hot.
Okay, so
my perimeter is sweating.
I can't remember the name of the chemical that's in it. But no, there is a such thing as ethnic cleansing.
Gay.
Milk and coke.
No, seriously though, if you don't think if the government can create AIDS and let people get infected and have the cure from the disease that they created and allow people to die because they want to minimize the population or can keep that under control, they will do stuff like that.
You can create a virus.
Testosterone doesn't make you gay though; it just makes you grow titties.
Yeah, because that's what I mean. That's what soy is.
Estrogen, and that is a direct soy.
You've been sneaking soy in these niggas' baths and making them gay.
No, it can affect your sexuality having too much estrogen as a man. Because if you have too much estrogen and not enough testosterone, you're not even gonna be like.
You think
it make your butt
You think
fat.
It's that plentiful that it can influence a man? Like, you know what? I like titties. Oh, tomorrow I'm sucking a dick.
Especially maybe not a full. I don't know. Maybe it does. I don't know.
How much
is that how these thick niggas been getting hips and shit and been curvy?
How much gay water would you have to consume?
How much gay?
Y'all look that shit up, dog. Look that shit. I'm gonna put a link in the description in the bio. Let me write that down.
Right. What's the blood gay alcohol tip?
It's in the milk too. That's what almond milk is.
I'm gonna
Gotta have nuts in it, huh? Gotta have nuts.
First of all, it's real. If y'all don't seriously know, the people who are listening to my voice, that's real as fuck. Just as they put,
Oh, it's just in Atlanta though.
Hold up, I'm about
no,
to
I'm pretty sure they poison other stuff. I'm serious. They poison other body. But if Atlanta is the most concentrated, one of the highest populated,
Atlanta?
I'm about to tell
Okay.
you. Atlanta has a lot of gay people. I mean, not a lot of gay people.
Like
a lot of black people.
It's like Black Mecca down there, motherfucker.
Yeah.
The LMNOP community is deep down there.
if you have a black area and one of the thing of white supremacy, one of their goals is to neutralize black men because black men are like their main competition.
Gotcha.
That's what they're going to do.
Gotcha.
And it's stuff in our water too that we just don't know what it is, but I'm pretty sure
First
it's
of all, who's
stuff in our
still
water
drinking
too.
tap water, first of all?
There are people who can afford bottled
You
water.
better boil that shit first. Boil the gay out and then
Water. People,
Okay, y'all
bottled
think it's
water?
a joke?
No, seriously. No, you can afford water. At the Dollar Tree, you know how much water is at the Dollar Tree?
I'm pretty sure it's probably like $4, $3 for a case.
Okay. You can afford water.
But
Wait,
the
it's stuff at the
point
Dollar
is-
Tree that's more than $1?
Yeah.
No.
It is stuff in the
No,
Dollar
it's
Tree.
different. Oh, no. So I learned this. It's 3 different type of dollar stores. So I think everything at the Dollar Tree is $1. Like Dollar General, it's like
Yeah, it's like
inexpensive.
generally
Yeah,
about $1.
generally
or more.
$1.
Then Family Dollar just be wilding.
Yeah, Family
I
Dollar.
don't know why they put dollar in the title.
Yeah.
Nothing in there is $1.
Yeah, dollar, but no, a Dollar Tree, everything is $1. So if you can't afford it,
It's actually $105 probably.
Oh my God! If niggas don't have the tax now, oh wow.
I'm just fucking with y'all. But no, I'm serious. Look it up. Don't just take my word for it. And
don't look it up, y'all. Don't waste your time.
look that shit. I'm serious. You have to know. Just like the stuff that they put in the paint. What is it that the kids were getting autism and all that shit from? Mm-hmm. What is it called? That was in the lead. It has a direct connection to autism and stuff
I'm really
like
mad
that.
that you said, what is it called? I thought you were thinking about something more complicated than
No, I could just forgot.
No, I'm with
y'all,
you with
man.
that.
No,
You lost me
absolutely.
with
You
the,
think that's
the
gonna
gay
be the-
water.
Look
I'm
that
just
shit
in my
up.
mind.
Look it up.
I tried to
It's
Google it,
real.
but all I keep getting is like gay man throws boiling water on somebody and gets 40 years in
Okay.
jail.
Okay. When
That's
y'all
hard.
out
You
there,
gotta hate a
Google,
nigga to do that.
Yeah, that is.
Wesley Muhammad talking about
Muhammad with
water.
the E or A?
I can't spell. I don't know.
We know that. We know that.
Comment.
Top Gulf.
I don't know.
I said, she talking about the Gulf of Mexico?
That's what I thought of. Hey, look, I am a high school graduate only. I only have a 12th grade education. But you know what? I get shit done. You feel me?
No,
I
I'm not.
don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah, I don't give a
I
fuck
ain't
that
the
you can't spell
sharpest-
because I can spell, so
I
I don't
ain't
give a fuck
the
that you can't
sharpest
spell.
tool in the toolbox,
I'll be
but I
the
can
I'll
get
be
shit
the
fixed.
speller on the show. It's okay.
But you can shape some shit up.
Okay.
Hey, I was
You got
getting
the
a
sharpest clippers in the toolbox, though. You hear me?
I was getting a lot of compliments this week. That was like,
Nah.
Can I say?
I was showing somebody your IG at work the other day who I be feeling like should see it.
why is no pictures
They
of me on
should
it?
see it.
Yeah, you huh?
I'm gonna put you
Why
on
is no
it.
pictures of me
there,
on it?
There is a picture.
Wait,
of
no,
you
it was
on
just
there.
on
We're
her.
friends,
No, it was
we're
on her
podcast
it was
mates.
just on her story.
No, I'm talking about on her page.
Nah, fuck
There's
that.
no pictures of my shape up.
There's
on her
no
page.
pictures of haircuts on my page.
You're right.
Yeah, no, it was just in her story. But I was just like, Sabrae be cutting this shit out some hair though.
Thank
Like,
you.
yeah, get into the bud.
Thank you. That's what I say. That's what they be saying about
You
me.
see somebody who need somebody who
Especially that blend work. That blend work. I got you on that. So this next thing I want to talk about and that Yatta introduced and she brought to our attention that I felt like we should really touch on. And that's about parents overspending on kids' clothing. And I wanted you to talk about that a little bit, Yatta. And I had some little research that I did about it. So
what was actually the topic was brought up to me by someone who actually had recommended it, like, hey, like you guys should talk about this. Like the thing is, and I noticed it a lot though, that a lot of people, I just feel like people aren't letting kids be kids anymore. You know what I'm saying? You see these little kids and they're 2, 3, 4 years old and you see them all, it's like everyone is dressing their kids for Instagram now. They're not letting children be children. So it's like, I be wondering like, what does a 2-year-old need with Balenciaga shoes? You know what I'm saying? What does, like those types of things, like what do they need with them? And it's like they're not, especially not at the expense of you not getting them what they want, but you're getting them what you want. Like I had a friend who, he had to buy his son some play shoes, and you got kids, them kids need play stuff because they will wreck the good stuff.
No, the play stuff is just the old stuff that you don't
No,
wear
I'm
anymore.
just saying, but you gotta, but you know what I'm saying? Still, they gotta start somewhere. So he wanted to get his son some play shoes. His son was begging for these Spider-Man play shoes, and so he got him the Spider-Man play shoes. He was like 4 or 5 or something like that.
Yeah.
So, you know, the son's mom was like, wants to like, why you get him now? Why you ain't get him the 12s? Why you ain't get him the taxis? And it's just like, it's for him to play. And like, you're seeing little toddlers in crop tops and short sets. Like, it's getting to be entirely, like, kids aren't even allowed to be kids anymore. And I'm just wondering, like, what's the point of, like, I feel like my kid should not be dripped in designer shit and I live in like an apartment and I drive a bucket and all that. Like, I feel like it's a little bit piss poor.
Sean, I know you want to talk about your thrifting.
Priorities.
Oh yeah. I honestly see what you're saying. It depends. Some people, like, if you got it, fuck it, it's your kids. Who am I to tell you, you know, if you got it.
Right. I just be wondering what the logic is behind it. Like, kids grow so fast at those ages that you buy them that, and before they can blink good, they can't fit it
But
no
I
more.
think, like, if you got Spider-Man shoes or if you got Jordans, I don't think that's not letting a kid be a kid. Like, we were kids and we had, like, Jordans.
But I mean, like, I'm talking about
designer shoes.
I mean, like, the little ones, or when you put in your kids and like we're not gonna say Jordans because anybody can get Jordans these days, to be honest. But I mean, like, well, not necessarily anybody, but you get what I mean. Like, that's not a designer
$500,
brand.
$400, like Burberry, stuff like that.
Exactly. Like, I just wonder, like, what's the motivation behind it?
Well,
like, what makes people want to?
Because black people, and it's because of
not just us, but I feel what you're saying.
No, because I feel like okay. Well, I'm going to speak for black people, especially for the gram. It's just not kids. Adults do it. They want to impress other people. And they feel like, hey, if I'm showing my kids, like, I'm doing well, I'm better than you, I'm like, it's crazy. SJ, I used to, like, buy his stuff, like, from the Polo store. I was down in Georgetown. Like, it had to be from the Polo store. I didn't want the Polos from TJ Maxx that had the tail longer than, nah. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I didn't want no Fugazi shit. But what I've adopted Jada and Will, some of their, not all of it, because they super wild. But SJ don't care about clothes. He don't care about shoes. He's not into that. Why am I forcing him to be into that? So it's made me even easier to, and it's made me easier for the shop because he not into it. Now, Santana, he can kind of, I don't know,
and that's the little
age,
one.
He be like, oh no, I got a blue shirt, I need to have blue shoes, or I want this, you know, or that. But first of all, shoes, especially younger kids, they ain't gonna be wearing it that long. I bought Santana shoes and then had to give them away to somebody because he done, you know, outgrown that.
2 wears later,
you can really you can really get nice clothes. Like, there's websites that I'm not going to hip you guys to because then you're going to get on the website and then they're going to like
and because it's probably not black owned. But go ahead.
I don't give a anyway. I don't give a fuck about that.
I
do. But if do you know any like black owned like websites that have cheap, like, because I thrift. And you already know this. I thrift. So I don't go to consignments. Like Crofton and Bowie, it's like, they have the most. Like, for children, they got like 10 different stores that you can, and it's good stuff too.
I used to be in, it's a store out there. I can't remember what it's called.
Once Upon a Time.
Once Upon a Child, yes. Oh my God. Yeah. And I've
$2, $3.
I've given them a lot of stuff too, like stuff for when my daughter was a baby. Oh my God, I love that store so much.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that there are places online to shop, and you could start by going to WeBuyBlack.com, by the way, and they have like it's like a market for, it's like a black Amazon. Okay, so go check that out.
Oh, cool.
But it's not cheaper than the sites I go.
Well, whatever. But if you want to also allocate some money to go towards something black, if you're going to spend it, because it ain't tricking if you got it. So whatever.
It's always tricking.
But
even if you got it.
All right, you know what?
I agree with that though. Yeah. It's tricking. It's tricking. Got it. It's just smarter to trick when you got it than if you don't. Yeah.
We're not speaking of that, we're not the only ones who do it. We just, these other groups that overspend and that throw away their money on like stuff that kids are gonna like grow out of. They have more of a cushion to bounce back, and we don't if we go into debt or whatever. And also that a lot of us that do it don't have it, because I've seen a lot of times on Facebook where people are selling their sons or daughters old Calvin Klein coats or Helly Hansen coats or Burberry. What is it?
Helly Hansen.
Didn't I say that?
Yeah, you say Henson, like Jim Henson, like the creator of the Muppets.
I don't give a fuck about Helly Hansen. They ain't black. So anyway.
He not, but go ahead.
If it was black, because I would have 3 of them. And I have none.
You got on a True Religion jacket.
Nigga name would have been Halisha.
I got this from, where I get this from? from my
Black
nigga.
consignment side.
I got to see my nigga.
A black owned consignment shop.
Anyway, but no, seriously though, yeah. So there are people that sell their old stuff because they realize, oh shit, I spent $80 on this jacket and he only got 2 wears out of it.
Right.
So people know it. They just want to keep up with the Joneses, and we have to know that.
Because if you really had it like that, you probably wouldn't be selling it. You probably would have just gave it to somebody or donated it somewhere. And it's no shade, but that's just the reality of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I just don't think that it's a good practice for us to have,
especially
as young black people. It's stop living for impressing people who, for one, what you eat does not make them shit, and vice versa.
I will say this though, but if you was like growing up, if you wasn't that dude who was fresh, you didn't get no chicks.
Well, it ain't like that now.
It's still kind of. But my thing is, you can be fresh without having to buy a whole bunch of designer shit for small children. I just feel like it's wasteful. It's very wasteful. Like I said, like my daughter has been through so many different sizes within the past 12 months that honestly, I hate even shopping for her at all, let alone buying designer shit. Because it's like, okay, I buy you this and I blink and you can't fit it anymore. And it's so frustrating because it's like I'm constantly having to shop for her and I'm constantly giving things away because I don't sell her old stuff.
Yeah.
I just feel like I would rather give it to somebody who really can't afford to buy things.
See,
and you really just gotta buy stuff out of season. That's when it's cheaper. Anytime I go on the website, I go straight to clearance. Straight to sale. I filter out and 0 to 25.
Summer shopping in like September is beautiful, but then you got to just guesstimate the sizes. So like I try to stave off on stuff like shoes and sandals and stuff until like right before
but like jackets, like coats, you can kind of like.
I do a lot of Ross, Marshalls, and TJ Maxx. I do a lot of those if I can't get good hand-me-downs because my daughter does wear hand-me-downs.
What?
Hey, look.
We were brought up. That's not nothing new. Like
I'm just saying,
a lot of people turn their nose up at that, and I'm like, you're tripping because I've given away. Journey has had J's, and she's not even a big sneaker kid. First of all, but she's had J's that she wore twice.
Yeah,
I don't even have a brother. I was wearing my sister T-shirts.
Wow.
He said, I don't even have a brother.
Your parents are the real
the
MVP.
cinched twins, like that.
Yeah, me and my sister, we were wearing like, I'd be like, yo, can I wear your shoes to school? Because I wanted to make it seem like I had way more shoes, but we were the same size. So it's like I had double the amount of shoes. They'd be like, damn, you fresh as shit. I know.
And then she was older than you, so you got away with it.
Because we were in 2 different schools.
Your sister with them Jones on the other day, you ain't have to go through that.
We was in 2 different schools.
Hey, my daughter definitely wear. I have designer stuff, not all designer stuff, because I will get my shit from Marshalls too. But I wear designer stuff. And my daughter, she don't have nothing designer. The most she got is probably some Ralph Lauren from Marshalls. Because she's gonna grow out of that so fast.
But to me, it's nothing wrong. If you see like something like once in a time, like, you know what? I'll spend some money.
I just be wondering why I scroll through the gram and I see a 2-year-old girl with a Fendi tube top on, and I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing?
I can't do it. Maybe I'm cheap.
What are you doing?
I'm just cheap.
You're not cheap. You're not cheap.
You're practical.
I've seen some of your. Come on now.
You're practical.
You got some high end stuff, Sabrae.
Yeah,
you got a never full. I feel like you got a never full.
I do,
and I feel like your joint is a GM, so you shit on my little MM joint. You know what I'm saying? You got money.
Yeah,
girl.
Got money.
That's because I'm not gonna ever grow. First of all, that bag can be passed down to
Robbie
my daughter
get
for
that
generations.
Hey, I'm with it.
It's a classic.
What's them high top orthopedic shoes you got?
Oh,
you talking about my Pumas?
Those are Pumas?
The white ones?
Nah, you got some. Nah, it's something else.
The high top, the one
they
with the
some
strap
Italian shit or some shit. I don't know.
The one that go around my ankle.
Nah, it's something else. I forgot.
He called them
because
high top.
when I said what are those, you was like, these are Italian DeMarco. I was like, slow it down. Okay, sorry.
The white. What colors were they? White.
It was something. I don't know.
I believe they
were like Alexander McQueen's or something. I don't know.
Oh, they might be. No, they might either be the Giuseppe's or.
Oh, see, I told you.
I waited for you to say it. I didn't want to be the one to be like, oh, no, you talking about the Giuseppe's? Yeah, I didn't want to be the one to say nothing.
Yeah, but my feet not growing no more.
But my thing is, you work hard though. I'm talking about
my feet not growing.
And Giuseppe, he has a black mom, so it's kind of.
Is that the case?
Mixed.
But that too, though, you're not growing. But my thing is, like, when you have the means and you're not frivolous and you spoil yourself too. And I'm not saying that it's something necessarily wrong with it, but I just feel like I never understood the logic of spending a whole bunch of money on designer shit for small children who are either gonna dog it and you be ready to beat their ass when they mess it up because you spend so much money on it. Who are gonna outgrow it within the blink of an eye. Like, I don't understand why we do that.
These kids can't fucking keep food off their shirts.
Right.
Like, I remember I used to tell
shirts, pants, behind their ear.
When I used to buy expensive clothes, I'm like, okay, don't play, don't run,
don't
walk in the grass.
Don't live.
Like, he couldn't do nothing. Like, he had a birthday party like this, dancing. Nigga, stop sweating. Stop sweating, nigga.
For the pits get yellow, nigga.
And that translates, man. They
Right.
don't care about that. They see kids. They come to a party.
But that's why I mean, like, you're not letting kids be kids.
No, and I agree with that.
Like, they don't want to have to be standing there. They can't enjoy themselves. Like, I feel like, you know, granted, you're gonna have some nicer things that you buy your kids that you don't want them to play in. But I mean, like, then you got your regular stuff. But I just never understood the logic in doing a whole bunch of. I'm gonna buy my baby these swimming boot looking ass Balenciaga shoes that I fucking can't stand.
Then I'm gonna be trying to sell.
I hate them shits.
Trying to sell, talking about real inquiries only.
Right. Because you need that money back. So I'm just like, if you gotta sell your kids stuff, and I ain't saying you just wanna make some money, but if you have to sell your kids stuff when they outgrow it, you probably shouldn't be buying certain things. I'm just saying.
According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, American families spend $1,700 a year on clothes. How much of that how much?
1,700?
Yes, right? But how much, that's Americans.
I'm about to say, that's big.
1,700 or 17,000?
It says 100.
That's being
per
real.
year.
That's lean.
Right. So
I'm surprised.
I know a girl who can knock that out in 2 shoes.
I know, but I'm saying, but the next question was, how much do you think black families spend? Because that's something that I could not find.
20,000.
Girl, that was a bag and some slides. It's like,
yeah, like that's
guilty. Yeah. The difference is I work hard.
The more money I get, the less I would spend on clothes.
Same.
It's like, what the fuck?
I just want to be naked out this month.
I want to get so much money to like.
I'm wearing slides every day.
I don't give
tees.
a fuck. Like, I'm wearing Old Navy flip flops, and then like, you know what I'm saying? Just
honestly,
nothing. Like,
I love a bargain. I really love
this.
I love a bargain too, but I still like nice stuff. But I want to get so much money to the point where I don't even care about.
Let me tell you.
You know, because I still care a little bit.
Right,
I used
to
go
work shopping and buy a Target real quick.
Yeah.
Like,
I used to work in Roseland. This old white lady always used to come in here with these designer bags, right? She made good money, like probably clearing like 5. So I was like, man, you got all the bags. Like, you know, she was like, all these are fake. I was like, huh? She said, yeah, with the money I make, people just going to assume that they're real. She was buying all fake bags. And I was like,
I don't think I would do that, though.
You know what's weird? They got a lot of these 1-for-1 shops and stuff. Our operations are popping up, so I'm not surprised because like these replica shops and stuff like that. It seems like because they make them 1-for-1.
What's 1-for-1 mean?
Basically mean like pretty much like apples and apples, oranges and oranges. Everything that about this designer bag is exactly the same as this. It's just they're not made at the Louis Vuitton factory or stuff like that.
I be peeping up on IG and I'm like, yo, I'm about to give me some Balenciagas or some Balenciagas.
But what the weird thing is though is from what I heard initially. That's pretty much just what it is. Is basically it's just the manufacturer is not Gucci or whoever. So you're getting the identical bag, same material, same quality, it's just not made in the Louis factory. So it's not technically Louis, but it's. I was just like, wait, what?
I would rather wear.
I was like, how is that legal?
It's not. I would rather wear a no name than a fake bag or shoe. That's just me.
No, I feel you. It's really not that serious.
I have no name. Like I got this little purse that I really like that I wear all the time. It's a little handbag, and I got it from Zara. Like
I love a little nothing else. Like if it's cute, it's cute. That's the thing. I just feel like people you'll spend all this money making somebody else rich just to wear their name on a bag, and you can buy in the same style of bag or quality of bag and not spend nearly as much, but it just doesn't have a name on it. Like I don't care about that. It's actually cute.
I actually just started investing in trying to get fake stuff. All these niggas don't got these gold chains. These gold chains to be nice.
If I can get Fashion Over Men.
For real?
What?
Fashion Over Men dropped their man Nigga Nova.
Hold on. Let me get
Nigga Nova.
Well, that's what we call it. It's the Fashion Over Men line. But Fashion Nova dropped Nigga Nova.
Chains?
Relax. Fashion Nova dropped Nigga Nova. And let me tell you, they little chains was sold out in like a half a second.
What?
Chains was sold out. So when you see a nigga at the pool, boo, and he don't want to get in the water, he like, let me take my chain off, girl. That's because that neck gonna be green in a bit.
Just get gold plated. Just don't get like some fake ass, bubblegum machine.
Like men, I don't feel like men should wear costume jewelry. Like
I agree with that.
We can wear costume jewelry.
Just
save
up your little money if you want to invest in some gold because guess what? Gold is
going
to be valuable.
Gold is valuable.
I be seeing all these niggas in the pictures. They got 2-3 chains on, and they got a different chain next to it.
They got them all from the middle of the mall.
Thank you for it.
Yeah, nah.
Or them 4x4.
Men should just save their money.
Dominique earrings.
Gold holds value. Just get some gold as a man. You know, leave the costume jewelry to us.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it is. Costume jewelry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I'm still going to go get it.
Let's get our. All right. Well, do you wear it next episode? Matter of fact.
I know. When y'all see me, hey.
Oh my God.
Bling bling. Every time
He gonna go get
my city,
he gonna go
bling.
get the Mr. T starter kit and be out here faking like shit.
I pity the fool.
But did you know what? Just carry yourself very confident and it don't fucking
Right,
matter.
niggas
Yeah,
won't
as
know.
long as it's not touching my neck, I'm gonna wear a turtleneck.
Oh,
Don't
lie.
draw
Just don't lie.
attention to it. The worst thing you can do, and I know a dude, I'm not gonna say no names, who used to wear endless knockoffs, and he was
Tell me after the show.
He was
John.
always making like drawing attention to it, and it's just like, and then you notice it. Now we know it's fake.
Oh, you talking about black?
Shut up. It's like, no. This is shit that kills me though. Like, bruh, you like, yeah, because these Versace and whatever. And then it's like you squinting, like, why the fuck is your Versace line smiling? Like, your Versace line look like the cowardly line. That's weird. It don't, they're not supposed to look like that.
Just, and then try to shop black if you can. If you're going to ball.
Stay out the discount out on Set Bonus.
Yeah, go on We Buy Black. Just Google some black-owned stores. Support that, too, because we can't forget while we're doing
something.
these.
Neo-noir.
Yes.
Shameless plug.
Shout out to Vic.
Shout out to my brother Vic.
So while you're
like a porn site, I ain't even gonna hold you.
Neo-noir?
you stupid.
It's not a little porny, but nah, for real. That's what's up though.
You got corny today, you got porny.
Porny.
Next
That's
is gonna be
wild.
horny.
Wow, ho.
Wow.
Ho
No,
ass.
but while we balling out, and it's okay to get Italian designers, but just know that we also, for every, Louis bag, whatever, we gotta be supporting some black businesses as well. There's nothing wrong with getting,
Yeah, why do
Louboutins,
women spend so much money on bags? They're bags.
But bags last forever.
Yeah,
Bags last
a quality bag,
leather,
a quality bag, good leather will last you for a long
forever.
time.
Okay,
and you
but
can keep wearing that. You'll never grow out of that. You'll never,
And
so
then
only
those
quality bags are
joints are-
$700?
They retro. I mean, it
they're
can
more.
be 700,
Hey, I see.
1100. No,
That's
it's
700, more like 17.
But my thing is, you gotta think about it. I could go buy a okay bag. I mean, what, like $40, $50 or something like that.
But it's
And
not
that
gonna
might,
last.
right, you might have that bag for a good 6 months and then
Yeah, then
it's
you
gonna
keep
start to
buying
crack
them.
and creases.
It's
By the time you hit a 10-year span, I didn't spent that $1,100
Absolutely.
replacing this bag. I bought that one $1,100 Gucci bag, and that
Yes.
motherfucker is timeless.
Yes.
Unless you just rough with your
And
bags.
companies like Louis Vuitton, like you can, if a strap cracks or breaks
Oh,
or
yeah, they
does
will
something,
replace it.
you can send it back. They'll replace
No,
it,
it's
or do whatever. They'll fix it,
Yeah,
whatever.
you got all kinds of warranties with that $1,100.
So I wanted
especially if it's a classic bag. But go ahead.
Oh yeah,
But I wanted to talk about that, but I didn't want to disrespect any black companies because I know they don't have the same,
We'll get there.
Because it's
We'll
like
get there.
Nordstrom.
Yeah, we
Like
getting
Nordstrom.
you swap them Uggs out every year, Nordstrom.
I've been wearing the
Yeah.
same New Balance since 2007.
No,
Hey,
so
you
that's a
finesse
telltale
king,
sign.
yo.
That's a telltale sign that somebody bagged Fugazi though. Like if her
Yes.
straps is fucked up, sweetie, that joint ain't real. Cause
I've
been-
a real bitch would have sent that thing right back to the Louis store, like, hey, and you'd have got them straps fixed. But you know, that's neither here nor there.
But you were gonna say something?
Oh no.
Okay, so yeah, it's nothing wrong with that, but just make sure, and then even with the spending,
Ain't
if
no
you're gonna
problem.
spend $1,700 with it for a bag, make sure you got $2,800 in investments or something like
or something
balance
building
that
for
out.
your kids' fucking
Balance that.
future.
Don't
Like,
spend your last trying to impress the next black person who's economically disenfranchised.
and who doesn't
like,
care? Who
That
doesn't
too.
care? We don't care. Like, stop. It's
It's
wild.
gonna
Your
get
kid
you
is a
100 more
designer.
likes. Wow.
No, but y'all just said though it's a
You
good
can't
investment. So it's a
cash
good
those-
investment no matter what you got saved,
If
right?
that's not true.
Not for a child. That's the thing. When we say we
No, I'm
invest
talking
in bags, like because we're not gonna grow or we buy shoe. We're done growing unless we just get obese
How tall
out of
are you,
nowhere.
Yatta?
Relax. I'm 5'11".
Huh?
Let me lie in peace. I'm 5 deuce and a quarter. Don't get it twisted. No, but like that's what I'm saying. The topic
5'2".
being for children though, like it's a waste. But it's wild if you're going and spending grands on kids' clothes that they're gonna grow out of in a month, but you don't have nothing set aside for your kids' future.
So would you talk to a guy that just wore Walmart clothes?
It depends.
I mean, unless I'm checking.
Sabrae, hold on.
Am I checking his tags? I mean, like,
No, I'm
'cause,
just saying.
fucking, you get white tees from Walmart. Them Hanes things.
So
Are they
would you-
crispy? Is the neck drunk? Because these are the things that matter to me.
Yeah, I hate them. Like,
I
you
hate
know-
a loose neck ass
gotta-
t-shirt.
Okay, y'all, come on now.
I'm sorry.
They gonna look it up. Never mind.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to put that out there. I don't like drunk necks on t-shirts.
Okay.
Yeah, you
we gotta
can't. You
skip
gotta
that.
have
We gotta skip that. What was
Wow,
I gonna say?
Sabrae.
What?
I just
No.
got that.
So like I said, I'm not saying it's investment like you're gonna make. You can make some, depending on what style. You might look up and make money off of it later, but it's not a better investment than stocks and bonds or savings bonds or something like that. So
401k, something.
Sabrae lover stocks.
Hey, in real estate, you know, that's people be spending down payments on houses at the Neiman Marcus. Like, go ahead and get that investment property. That's going to give you a better return. And then what you make off of that, you could give it to
Right, live off your interest.
Before we get to the question that the viewers submitted, I want to do a quick Now You Know. So everybody knows it's my segment, Now You Know. Just going to give you some non-popular information that might, help you know.
What you got for us? What you got for us?
So this past week, the Oath Keepers, one of the many white supremacist group, protested Maxine Waters' office outside of her office in LA. And they would protest. You know, Maxine Waters is very outspoken. She talks about white supremacy.
Fucking queen.
Queen Maxine. Everybody
I honestly
knows her.
have to love her, though, because she's just been out there slaying dragons in Cali by her damn self.
But when you do that, you create, hate from these white supremacist groups. And this particular one is called the Oath Keepers. And you got other ones like the Proud Boys and these other, they're all the same. I don't want to separate them and seem like it's just them because they're all under the same code of conduct. Anyway, I just want to give a quick shout out to LA and the black people out there who really hold it the fuck down, because it was some men, our strong soldiers out there, pulling these niggas out the car, giving them that work, making sure you know that you're not about to do that here in LA, because we don't play that. Last time you tried that shit, some shit went down. Because what a lot of people don't want to talk about is those riots and how black dudes was putting in that work. Like, it don't matter if you was a white supremacist
real
or not.
nigga report.
Your ass was coming outside, you're outside that car, and you was about to get that work. See, what they do is these white supremacists go in these different cities around the country, these black cities, to kind of fill it out, test the water, see what they can get away with, see if some real racial wars type shit go down, which spots are weak and which spots are strong. They went to LA and was like, oh, hell no, they got shut the fuck down. Hey. And I just wanted to put light on that, because the mainstream media won't really publicize, especially when they take a L. The fact that these white supremacist groups still out here being Nazis. So that happened.
She a gangster. I think somebody was trying to shoot her. She's like, make sure you shoot correct or some shit.
She said, shoot straight. You better kill my ass. Fuck that.
Hey, she don't be playing no game. I got a lot of respect for you, sis.
Yeah.
Queen.
Yeah.
Black women have definitely been like in the forefront. Like, y'all pivotal. We need y'all.
Hell yeah.
Like, real life.
And black women need black men. So let's keep that shit going. And I just want all of us to learn from the soldiers in LA. Like, they protected community like shit.
Don't be afraid to put in your own work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I just had to let everybody know about that and know that, and then let you know also that they won that battle, but there's still a war going on. And unfortunately, it's against, people of melanin descent. And we just have to be vigilant, and we have to show an example, especially in this area. If they try that shit again, like how they did in Virginia, we need to make sure that we protect ourselves.
So stop pulling out your phone and saying, wow. Wow, y'all be the same ones talking, well, I ain't my ancestors. They pull that shit on me. Wow.
It wasn't that much footage out there in
Right, wasn't
LA.
that much footage because niggas was out there giving out free smoke.
Technology really has its pros and its cons.
It
because,
really does.
That shit blows me because everything is recorded now. I mean, and it works to the favor because if it's some criminals, if we need to catch them. But I'm like, yo, people are like getting fucked up or they're dying.
Right, you're recording in lieu of acting. And that's what makes it fucked up.
So you go to your camera instead of going to your dial pad to call the police or
or you pick up your phone instead of running over there and doing something of assistance. And I'm not saying necessarily put your own life in jeopardy. I get it. But I mean, like, in circumstances like when you see some wild shit like...
Man, for kids and women, put your life in jeopardy.
But I mean, like, if you know what I'm saying?
Like
if somebody's shooting, you're not going to go dive in front of the bullet. But niggas would just be like, wow. Oh, like they shot that nigga, zooming on his dead face.
The guy from France, remember he climbed the bout? Did y'all see that?
Oh, yeah, to get that kid.
He falls, he's dead.
Yeah.
Oh, he wasn't playing no game.
But he seen that baby, he like, nah, this...
Nigga scaled the building to catch that kid.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. And a lot of times people say, women and children, but if we see a man, getting his ass beat, we should jump out there too. I think that definitely
men, not women.
Men too. We should jump in there.
Not we. He's saying women don't jump in and you see the man getting his ass
whipped. No. I'm just saying.
I might tase a nigga too.
I'm not. Yeah, if we got something,
I got you.
If we got some auxiliary, then and we not put in jeopardy. I'm not saying the women should necessarily throw some hands necessarily, but I'm saying in general, it's like we only look. But we don't even do we don't even protect our women and children like we should. But definitely don't leave out the black men just to fend for himself. Yeah. But us women,
stop
of course,
letting
we gotta know our role too.
Be your go-to. Still. Like, it shouldn't be the first thing. Like, we're so conditioned now that the first thing we think to do is pull out our phones. Absolutely, like, that's clown shit. I'm sorry.
So now we want to answer a question from our viewers sent in, and make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter or whatever, and send in your question through our DMs,
or back
and then
page.
Only questions in our DMs, please.
Right. They will let me know.
Nothing else.
You put it in any of our DMs, they'll let me know. And we'll put y'all question into the jar and we'll ask it on the show. Dating, life, keep it show relationship, stuff like that.
Nothing about us, though. Don't ask us about our relationship statuses or anything like that.
Right. Don't
no
be
shot shooting.
Yeah.
Okay. So this question is, how do you deal with stress?
Okay. That's a good one.
Drugs. It's like, no, I'm kidding.
So, stress.
Sabrae, how you deal with stress?
So, stress for me is something that I am very aware of because I feel like in my family, I don't know if it's a human thing or just in my family, but I've seen a lot of diseases and strokes and stuff like that caused, I feel like, directly by stress. Mm-hmm. Of course, stress where it weighs on your health, just like, your physical health and your mental health affects you from the inside and out. Mm-hmm. So for me, what I do, because I know in my family, like my lineage, we don't handle stress well. It really kills us. So a lot of meditation, therapy if I need it. What you talking about, my shirt from last week?
No. Moving on. Keep going, Sabrae. Please, just keep going. Just keep going.
Okay, meditate. Like I said, meditation, talking to people. One of the biggest stressful. What the fuck? Hold on. Let me just
No. We can't do that. Just keep going.
Okay.
It's for another time, Sabrae. It's for another time.
I'll tell you after the show, Sabrae.
I'll tell you. We'll talk.
Okay.
Just keep it.
No, meditate.
Let the people know.
No.
I'll tell you after the show.
A lot of meditation, talking to people.
Yeah, meditation meaning and not like some like
I know exactly what you mean.
Buddhism type shit, like off some like just really shutting off the phone and really just
self-reflection, stuff like that.
Spending time with myself and also talking to other people who may have dealt with the situation that I've dealt with. Gotcha. One of the stressful points of my life that I've ever dealt with was the postpartum. I try to talk to other mothers who may have, dealt with that. Mine was, now in the grand scheme of things, mine was mild compared to,
but
other
it happens.
But you don't know,
right. At the time. It might be the worst thing ever to you, but you realize, in the grand scheme of things, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, like looking back on it now, it's like, okay, I wasn't thinking about her harming my child or myself or something like that. But anyway, just self-reflection, talking to other people, getting rest, eating right, that helps too. But really trying to find solid, solutions to whatever my problem is.
Right.
How you deal with stress, Yatta?
Honestly, stress, I deal with it a lot easier now than I've done within the past 5 years or so. I actually I had kind of stressed myself into anxiety attacks in the past. Oh, no. So I put myself into therapy. Mm-hmm. It's a fucking lifesaver. That's why I really advocate for it, especially in the Black community, because a lot of Black people don't believe in mental health. In therapy, they don't think they need it. But realistically, honestly, it was the best thing that ever happened to me. I kind of learned that I was internalizing everything. Yeah. I was putting everybody's issues on my back, on my shoulders. I was taking everything personally. And my therapist really put in perspective for me how people are going to be who they're going to be. Mm-hmm. Things are going to be how they're going to be. You can't control it. All you can do is control what you do and how you deal with it. And once I stop internalizing everybody's problems and just accept, okay, you know what? People going to be who they're going to be. It's not your fault. You can't fault yourself for things that people do to you and everything. Since then, it's like everything is like 2 tears in a bucket. Fuck it. Like real life. I just stopped concerning myself with it. It is what it is. I put myself in peace, but I also noticed that to keep from stressing for things, I imposed a 24-hour rule in myself, whereas I will not allow myself to react to something until 24 hours later. So what happens is if I'm still upset, then it's worth me reacting to. If I'm not upset, which is like 90% of the time, then it's like it wasn't worth being mad about in the first place. But it's kept me out of so much conflict, which ultimately leads to me stressing over things. Like, especially when you deal with relationships, not even just romantic relationships, but interpersonal relationships. Yeah, you'll stress over things like that, things with my children, everything. It's like, okay, I'm gonna deal with this tomorrow. Then when by the tomorrow, it's like, man, that shit was dumb. Like, I don't even care anymore.
That's a good strategy right there. What about you, Sean?
Mine is simple. It's 3 things I deal with stress. I'm into sports, so I go play sports. It's good. I'm getting the exercise at the same time. It gets my adrenaline, rushing. You know what I mean? So I flag football, basketball. I play like all sports. I'm kind of like Bo Jackson. I kind of do it all. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my
but
God.
No, seriously. If I think men deal with it like more like physical. They might go. I don't go to like the gym and like lift weights. But I think some men might to blow off steam. Might go bench press. Do whatever. That's one of the things I do. I write.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah,
that too.
Writing. It's like especially when you feel like the stuff that I go through. I don't want to always put that on like. You ever talk to somebody and be like, man, I'm just dropping too much on you right now, and it's not really so. I write, and then that's a form of like kind of me leaking out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Might go to the studio. That's I vent and chilling with you guys. This is my third. This podcast helps me stress because a lot of stuff that we all going through, we basically. I mean, not stress, but just being around y'all because y'all my sisters. Just talking about this. Yeah. This is...
It's an outlet.
It's an outlet. And that's... I mean, this is what the podcast is. I mean, the podcast is a whole bunch of other things, but it is kind of like, just letting yourself go, letting you express opinions you feel on certain issues, topics with, no disclaimers.
Yeah, just completely unfiltered. No, seriously, though. It's therapeutic. It is very much an outlet, and that's what I feel like that's what's key in dealing with stress is having some sort of outlet because when it'll turn on you when you bottle it up and when you're constantly holding things inside. It's just like next thing you know, you're having panic attacks or you're getting headaches or vertigo and all types of stuff going on. And I used to get vertigo real bad too, and it was right in the thick of me getting like a lot of the things that I was going through that put me in therapy. But I haven't had it in years. Every now and then I get like the slightest onset, but it's nothing nice. And we never diagnosed, like my neurologist never diagnosed me with anything. So I'm feeling like it was probably lifestyle, like stress related.
Yes.
You know what I want to say? What's super important, if your friend calls you or family member calls you and something's going through, listen.
Right.
And don't make it about yourself. Yeah, listen, sometimes people just need an ear. They need a shoulder. Listen, because you never know what someone's going through.
And don't tell them that and dismiss it by saying, oh, don't claim that. You need to pray about it. Did you pray? You know what I mean? Yeah. You can encourage someone to pray about it also, but a lot of Christians, and shout out to the Christians, but they think that
you see the shade came right behind it.
Basically, they think that you can't have stress or you can't be depressed. Like, it's only depression if you own it. Like, fuck out of here.
That doesn't eliminate the problems. And realistically, you have to let people, don't invalidate those people's feelings either because nobody's feelings are invalid. You might not agree with it, might feel like, why you let that piss you off? But somebody's initial reaction to something, that's their genuine, valid feelings. You can't invalidate that or dismiss it. Like, sometimes you just gotta, random acts of kindness too. They go a long way. They really do the simplest things. You never know what people are dealing with. And it could be as simple as you just saying good morning and holding a door open for somebody. And that might be what pulled them back from the edge. It restores their faith in humanity. So it doesn't hurt you to be nice to somebody. Like just because.
Yeah. And just don't whatever. If it's somebody that stressed you, just don't let it consume you. And a lot of times if you try to understand a person and how maybe their upbringing affects them or whatever, and they're stressing you out, you can understand the root cause of that person's behaviors, and you may not take it as personal to stress you out.
Right, because it may not be personal, to be honest, and you might be triggered, but nothing lasts forever.
And you might be, my friend Fabiola told me a gym long time ago. Name. Yeah, shout out to Fav.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Oh, she just said a whip.
I like that.
No, I think I've seen her on social media before. She's
Fabiola. I like that.
That's my
name.
dog. Yeah, like she just opened up her website. Shout out. She wants to be a guest. She will be a guest. But she told me once long ago, she says, you're not protective your energy, like the people around your space. Like I remember I was telling her how like social media was like crazy, like it was kind of like bothering me. She said, "You know, you control the people you follow and who follow you."
Yeah,
I said,
and who you interact with and everything. Yeah,
God damn, that is on me.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So even if it's friends, even if it's family members, if they're not giving you that, if they're being like a shade on your son, remove them.
Get them the fuck
like,
out.
Get them the fuck out the
anybody
way.
Can go.
Anybody.
I say it all the
matter.
I say it all the time. Anybody can go. Me protecting my peace is like first and foremost. If you are a detriment to my peace, I don't give a shit if you my blood-born sister, same mama, same father. Your ass can go. I'm sorry, you can go. Anybody can go. Only people who can't go is my kids because I'm obligated to them. But they would, they're kids. Right. But like outside of that, anybody can go. Like you gotta let these people go. Stop holding on to these toxic ass relationships.
I agree with that.
And sorry, quick plug. FaviolaBell.com.
It's Faviola Bell.
FaviolaBelle.com. Check it out when you can.
What is she? What is that?
She's just a good spirit. Like,
but what
she's
does she do? Like
everything.
Okay.
She's a Renaissance woman.
She's cute too. I see her on social media because I have a bunch of friends that are friends with her. And I was just like, who is this person is? But I always thought her name was so pretty though. Like it is such a pretty name.
Is she from somewhere? Like
it just sounds so romantic.
She's Haitian.
Ooh,
it just sounds so romantic. It's just like
Faviola. I like that.
Just
check it out if you can.
Speaking of black websites, can you bring that up real quick?
There's
So look, bring the whole thing up. Get the whole thing.
I will. Hold on. A little hungry.
So let me look. Okay. He's gonna. So everybody,
block y'all out.
We're not blocking y'all out. So I came across this black-owned chip company called Symphony Chips, and it's a family-owned, and the original owner, the man who started it, this was his seasoning or whatever. And they do a lot of, I think they have a restaurant, I'm not sure, but I know that they put their signature seasoning on these chips. The son created the idea of saying, okay, we can do so much with this seasoning. Let's do more than just catering of food. Let's do the chips. Now, only critique about these chips I will say, it's made with real garlic and real onion. Symphony Chips need to come out with a gum because your motherfucking breath gonna be rocking after you eat it. But it is so good. And I feel like I'm a chip connoisseur. And it's made with all like natural spices and ingredients and stuff like that. And it's cooked with cottonseed oil.
This shit fire.
And they got a hell of a shelf life because I ain't never seen chips last this long without going bad.
Yo,
Let me see.
Them things good till December, girl.
No, that's average.
Really, is it? Yeah. I feel like my chips be spoiling quick as shit.
If you got a coworker that would not leave you alone, eat these bag of chips.
It's got like real garlic and onion. I'm telling
these
you, it is
torch
so
though.
potent, but they will have your breath rocking. So Symphony Chips, go ahead. Thank you for the product and everything.
Yes.
Well, I bought it, but I bought the large package because I buy Balenciagas and Louis Vuitton. So I'm gonna buy your largest of quantities to offset that.
This shit fire.
Thank you so much for the packaging and everything.
Stop eating in the mic, fat ass.
It is so good. So everybody go in there, Google Symphony, just like the music, chips, and you'll be able to find it online. They accept PayPal and everything like that, and they will ship it right to your door.
I'm a cop.
What else?
I'm not saying this because these chips on the show.
These
don't torch.
This is their first time hearing about it.
This is the best original chip I've ever had.
This is the honest reaction. Like, I didn't have these chips before. I just cracked this bag open.
Yeah.
I'm almost done.
If they got it, hey, what if they made a salt and vinegar? Torch.
Such a bird.
They from here. They got to do Old Bay.
Yeah. Yes.
Sour cream and onion.
We need a crab chip.
Oh, yes.
Give us a crab chip, Symphony Chips.
Yes.
Mumbo sauce chip.
Ooh.
Oh, no, y'all. Would that be good?
Probably.
Yes.
If properly executed, them joints would be torch.
Well, it probably would taste like similar to barbecue chips, maybe.
But better.
But better. Okay.
Mumbo
Well,
sauce.
yeah, shout out to
3
Symphony
wings of fries chips.
Black owned. If you ball out on other shit, ball out on black. Get you some.
You like tater chips. Get you some tater chips.
These are new rap snacks.
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
Get a freestyle.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Right.
No. You asked her, but now ask me. I'm the best MC on this motherfucker.
But what about
show.
me? I'm a good mumble rapper.
Did I not
Why
watch
y'all
you
never
on your
let
own
me
song?
get on stuff?
Did I or did I not wash you on your own song? Were you or were you not laundered?
Can I get my
Spit
mumble
something,
rap?
Sabrae. Spit.
Okay. Okay.
Bars.
We got some symphony chips.
Oh,
Hey,
God.
we got some symphony chips.
Oh.
Hey, I'm about to do a little dip. Hey, I'm about to do a little dip. Hey, we got some symphony chips. Hey, we got some symphony chips.
When you said dip, you were supposed to translate to ranch or blue cheese.
I'm about to do. I'm talking about like dip, like little dip.
But it's chips. If you want to be a no, you got it.
All right, that's gonna be in the verse.
That's gonna be in the verse.
Whose verse? On whose
Mine's.
song? Okay.
Mine's.
Not on my song.
Yeah. And I'm gonna just do the ad-libs. I'm gonna just do the hooks.
Symphony. She's gonna be in the background.
Right.
Symphony. Mama.
Yeah, but for real, do y'all really want me to? No, I'm not.
No,
I'm gonna
I
do
don't
it
want
next
you to
time.
be in
I'm
that
gonna do it
one
next
song
time
I
because
You
I'm
ain't even
going to
gotta
do a
give him all
freestyle.
that. You ain't even gotta give him all that. Respect, Sabrae.
So listen, make sure y'all go check out their website. Make sure you go check us out. Follow us on all social medias. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter. I need to get my Twitter followers up. They already Twitter famous in the DMV.
I mean, shit,
what
ain't
else?
telling no lies. You feel me?
I'm alright.
Yeah.
That's Sean.
So-
Sean's the popping
I
one.
ain't nobody.
Sean be getting like 1,000 likes. I be getting like 7.
I be
Likes don't
getting
mean
like 30.
shit.
Yeah, it don't
That
mean
was
shit, but I be
sorry,
getting like
that was still
30.
sorry.
Shout out to my faithful 30. Shout out to y'all. But yeah, so thank you so much for watching. Make sure you catch us next week on No Disclaimers Podcast. And make sure you subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Hit
We'll
that
see you
little
next
bell
week.
so you can get them notifications.
Yeah, why don't they ever hit the bell? They don't, well, actually, they do. You know, we be getting like 100 likes. 100 views and like quick as shit, like without no like advertising.
Yeah.
Yo, we need
We
an
poppin'.
outro, man. What's up? We need an outro.
What is it? I thought I just did it.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
Be better than that.
One day.
What you want me to do?
One day.
All right, what do you suggest? Like, what you think?
I don't know.
Do something real quick.
We'll brainstorm.
All right, bet. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any, if you want to add on to that, let us know what we want to do. What would make you subscribe for our intro? So let us know.
need
And
one
we'll
y'all
see
to
you
lie.
next time.
Right. Nobody been helicoptering lately.
Nobody been lying.
I
lately.
know. Shout out to the helicopter. We do have it on deck though.
Right.
Okay.
Oh no, Yatta will earlier. She said, I mean, if he put it together at Walmart, yeah.
I would
I
definitely
didn't say
date a
that.
nigga.
I said how would I know?
I would
Unless he had on
definitely
some
date-
Buddy Lee jeans.
Because he said, baby, I'm about to go shopping.
If this
But he
man,
don't have to tell me that. If his fit from Walmart and that shit is nicely
don't
put
give a
together, I
damn.
wouldn't know unless
Yeah.
he opened it.
If he
unless the
shopping-
tag say Route 66, I'm not gonna know.
if he's
What's that?
I feel like, ain't that a Walmart
I
brand?
think so,
What's it? They got the.
Ain't 66 in Virginia?
No,
Ain't
they
that
got like a generic
Walmart
brand.
stinks.
They got a generic brand in there.
Can't do
What
Walmart.
is
Fuck the Walton
Walmart's
family.
brand? Like of clothes. It's something.
Russell?
No, it's
Russell Wilson?
Faded Glory.
Faded Glory, what is it? What's the
Route
husky? I remember
66.
my little brother used to wear the husky stuff.
I don't
The
know.
Bugle Boy.
Do Great Value make jeans? I don't fucking know.